11 minutes. That is how long she sat in a parked car, crying over a rushed cashier who gave her a half-second impatient glance. In those 11 minutes, an immediate internal monologue took over. She told herself she was ridiculous. She told herself she was too much, and that a normal person would have forgotten the encounter before they even reached the exit doors. This breakdown happened to a woman with a career, a family, and a highly capable life she built with real effort. The contradiction isn't a sign of weakness. It is the invisible hallmark of a nervous system wired to experience emotions at a neurological intensity most people never encounter. This is the cycle of the shame loop. It starts with a massive emotional surge, immediately followed by a wave of shame for that intensity, which then only serves to amplify the original feeling into something even larger. Decades of socialization demand that women with ADHD manage their reactions to keep others comfortable. They often run a high-effort suppression system, constantly apologizing for their own feelings before they even fully arrive. This has a measurable biological cost. While a neurotypical person might move on from a minor frustration in minutes, an ADHD brain's recovery time can be measured in hours. The nervous system simply takes longer to return to baseline. There is a specific isolation in this. She can see with perfect clarity that her response is outsized, but that knowledge does nothing to reduce the intensity of what she is feeling. The exhaustion she feels at the end of the day isn't from what she did, but from the invisible labor of hiding her own biology from the world. For decades, emotions were treated as a side effect of ADHD, but in 2025, a landmark psychiatric consensus formally established that emotional dysregulation is actually a core characteristic of how the brain is built. The prefrontal cortex acts as an automatic brake system, smoothing out frustration. In an ADHD brain, this modulation is inconsistent. When these brakes fail to engage, external stimuli hit the emotional center with raw, unfiltered force. The volume is turned all the way up, instantly. This is why a minor irritant, a stuck drawer, or a broken pen can trigger a sudden, hot fury. Without the regulatory buffer, the brain reacts to a small frustration as if it were a genuine catastrophe. She isn't being dramatic. Her brain is accurately reporting its own intense neurological experience. The ADHD dopaminergic system fails to assign consistent weight to events. A tiny slight drops onto the scale, but the brain interprets it as a heavy block, violently tipping the balance. An unreturned text can register with a crushing weight of a significant threat. This dysregulation covers the entire spectrum. It means moments of joy and excitement also arrive at a blinding, overwhelming volume. For women, there is also the direct connection between estrogen and dopamine. As estrogen fluctuates, so does the brain's capacity to regulate its own responses. Natural drops in estrogen during the premenstrual phase or perimenopause can actively strip away the brain's remaining capacity to manage these surges. A bad day is often the unavoidable result of colliding brain chemistry and shifting hormones. The first step to breaking the loop is simply naming what is happening. Recognizing a surge as a neurological event, as your ADHD, gives the prefrontal cortex a small foothold to begin its work. Because this is a nervous system event, it responds to physical inputs rather than logic. Cold water on the face or slow, stabilizing exhales speak directly to the autonomic nervous system, helping it return to baseline. You have to let the body physically recover before you try to analyze or fix the emotion. This is where self-compassion becomes a strategic tool. Treating yourself with patience prevents the shame wave from tightening the system, creating the space you need to move through the storm. When you view these surges as biological weather rather than a personal failing, they become something you can survive without the added weight of judgment. This understanding changes how you navigate the world. You can stop preemptively apologizing for your nervous system and instead communicate simple, honest boundaries when a big feeling arrives. You no longer owe the people around you the exhausting performance of suppressing your own neurological state. Your intensity is real. It is documented biology, not your character. You are not broken, and you were never too much. You were simply operating without a map. Now you finally have the truth. Understanding the ADHD brain allows a life of unapologetic authenticity to finally take the place of a lifetime of shame.